Welcome back to Tracklandia, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Jeff Merrill. We've got a great show for you tonight. The directors of A Time and a Place are here, Ryan Sterner and Stephen Kersh. We screened their movie last Sunday, and if you got a chance to watch it, you were truly blessed. Through the screening, we raised $1,000 for Janus Youth Programs here in Portland, helping underserved youths in the community. It's a great cause, and we're extremely happy to be able to contribute to it, so thank you all. We're going to get to that interview with the Benioff and Weiss of Flagstaff, but first, a little hair twerk before we begin. What, nobody likes that? All right, we won't do it next time. Rapid results. We take you now to the Brickyard, somewhere in the greater Los Angeles area. We're not going to tell you where. We were on hand providing the coverage of the sound running invite, complete with all the bells and whistles, flashy graphics, a ticker tape at the bottom of the screen, and track stars Kyle Merber and Ali Ostrander in the booth, with yours truly. Yeah, that's me. We take you now to the women's 1500. Things got out to a modest start with the Rabbit Bebe Myers leading the women through 900 meters, Then the real racing started. Elise Cranny, fresh off shock in the world in her 10K, grabbed the reins, but her teammate Sinclair Johnson was locked in. She pulled the old slingshot move around the turn, throwing that six-gear smoke. It's the Magic Woman and La Diabla. Johnson and Cranny go 1-2 for the Red Lightning. There they are crossing the finish line. And then Laura Galvan had a great run. She came in third, carving 2 seconds off her own Mexican national record. In the men's race, the starting line looked like the Royal Court of North American miling. Enough titles on the line to make Oprah want to run out there and get an interview. You got the gentleman Nick Willis in there, Lord Matthew Centrowitz, Josh Kerr, the captain. You see Craig Nowak in there flying the skull and crossbones. Somebody's got to hide the jewels at the royal dinner party. The beast Brandon Kidder got him out through 800, a tad under 2 minutes. And then Josh Kerr, he did what everyone hoped he would do, go to the front. What they didn't expect was that he'd shovel coal into the furnace until it was red hot enough to drop a 55-second quarter and open up a gap the size of the English Channel. Ladies and gentlemen, nobody's got the moves like Josh Kerr. Look at that, crossing the finish line in style. In the women's 800, it was a small field, but it was quality. It's early to be running an 800 outside, but never too early to win some cash. Nia Akins there, the hometown hero, from just down the road in America's finest city, that's San Diego. They call her the Baby Beast. She drops the hammer and takes the win down the stretch. The Beasts are on a roll tonight. They're throwing fish to all players up in Pike's Place in Seattle. You see the results there. Grab one of those cardboard sleeves for your coffees, folks. Things are heating up. The men's 800 was a tale of youth versus establishment. The punk rock and Hoey brothers got out in the gates on a mission through the quarter. Jonah out front leading his brother Josh, and Olivier Demule and the vets Drew Wendell and Peter Callahan back in the pack. Jonah stepped off and Wendell pushed to make a move down the backstretch, but there was never a point in the race where the Hoey brothers weren't in the lead. Hoey pulling the strings and rocking down the stretch notches the second win of his season and another 147 to his name, 147.72 that is. And now we go to the women's 5,000 meters, arguably the event with the most depth of the evening. Northern Arizona elites Kellen Taylor and Danny Shanahan were in the mix. Former American record holder Molly Huddle, Ailish McColgan, Emily Sisson, Kim Conley, all had party reservations. McColgan and Wayne Kaladi got out early behind the Rabbit, making a break from the field, but the pack was strong, and strong women lurked patiently in it, waiting for their chance to strike. With a mile to go, Emily Sisson started dropping 70s and then 69s, rolling right by McColgan and Kaladi, with the beast Ali Buhalski in tow. Whispers of Ali's fitness were spreading through the grapevine since her 15:58 5K showing last summer at the final friendly. She said the night before she wanted to run a minute faster. And with a 67-second last lap, Emily Sisson rocks the Brickyard and leaves Buhalski and Kaladi under 15 minutes. 5 women under the Olympic standard of 15:10. As Monson gets it, Gwen Jorgensen comes in roaring back from a tough outing at the 10 2 weeks before, and the results are populated there. It's a women's world. Going into the brawl in the Brickyard, Mad Mark Scott, on his quest for knighthood, and the Bowerman boys called their shot at a sub-13 marker. Joe Klecker and Ollie Hoare on the On Athletics Club stayed tight-lipped with regards to their impending cage match, but trouble was a-brewing. Klecker's young, but the legends surrounding his workouts in the mountains over Boulder are frightening and plentiful, and the Aussie Ollie Hoare was coming off a 3:32 indoor 1,500 meters out in the Big Apple. The Red Lightning rolled up front throughout the race as they're known to do, but couldn't shake the All Blacks of the OAC until 800 meters to go. The BTC's enforcer, Sean McGorty, moves to the front and tightens the screws. And then Grant Fisher, the young man from Grand Blanc, Michigan, twice second to Mark Scott this year, gets the jump early and holds the line all the way to the finish. There he goes now. Onlookers say they saw him doused in milk, kissing the bricks after the cool down. A 55-second quarter to turn out the lights of the competition for the fastest 5,000 meters ever in California, 13:02. Mark Scott, Sean McGorty, Joe Klecker, and Kirubel Arasa all get the Olympic standard. Afterwards, it was chin diapers and animal style for everything in the In-N-Out parking lot. Photos of that after party will be concealed in Courtney White's private collection for eternity. You can check out full replays of the races at the Pro Track Series YouTube channel. That's it for the Brickyard, ladies and gentlemen. In the European Indoor Championships over the weekend, Jakob Ingebrigtsen took both the 1,500 meter and the 3,000 meter, and Amy Eloise Marcotes, formerly Neil, representing Great Britain and the University of Washington Huskies, took the women's 3,000 meter crown in 8:46. As we look forward to the upcoming calendar, we'll be back down in Los Angeles on May 14th and 15th for a bunch of great races at the track meet. And track returns to Portland, ladies and gentlemen. Finally, the Landia, and the land that I love for Track Week this year. The Portland Track Festival is slated for May 28th and 29th and will include it'll include top-notch races from 800 meters to 10,000 meters and some special sprints and field events. Everybody excited for that around here? Yeah. Everybody's very excited. I'm sure you're whooping it up at home too. Thank you. There's a really cool pole vault competition in the works as well. And track meet is capped off with the Stumptown Twilight on June 3rd. Athletes, book your tickets to be in Oregon for all of June. After burning up Track Week, you could sample all the fine local fare and run the soft surfaces in Portland before heading to Eugene for the trials. I recommend Poc Poc. You want Le Pigeon, Ken's Artisan Pizza, Salt and Straw, Gravy, Screen Door, Bamboo Sushi, and Raven Rogers' favorite spot, Look Lock. Those are all good spots. Check out the list in the description below for Oregon Live's top 40 restaurants in the city. It's my Bible. I keep it in my bedside drawer. All right, now for the moment you've all been waiting for. They're the Boy Genius creators of A Time and a Place, the inside look at Northern Arizona Elite's build-up to the 2020 U.S. Olympic Marathon Trials. This is Rabbitwolf's creatives, Ryan Sterner and Stephen Kersh. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome them to the show.
Hey, Jeff.
Ryan, Steve, how are you doing?
We're doing well. Yeah, I think we're good. We're happy to be here. So happy. Yeah, thanks for having us on, Jeff. It means a lot, man.
Absolutely.
First time visitors, long time watchers.
Yeah,
that's what people say.
Appreciate you calling in. Where are you guys calling from?
A sleepy little mountain town called Flagstaff.
Might have heard of it.
Yeah, I've heard of it. Stopped through there a time or two.
Sure.
When's the last time you've been here?
Let's see. Maybe 8 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
What?
Just to visit a few people down there, check out the campus. I had graduated, but maybe I wanted to at least feel like I was on a recruiting visit, I think. So I went down there.
Nice.
Yeah, got some Diablo burger.
That's the place to go, I guess.
Yeah.
There's a better burger in town, if you ask me.
Do tell, guys.
It's Mama Burger.
Mama Burger is the best burger. It's the premier burger in Flagstaff.
That's right.
What?
People, you know, they're very excited about Diablo Burger. I think especially runners. It's like, you know, maybe you're in town for a bit of a training camp and you ask around.
Diablo Burger.
And people are like, oh, you got to go to Diablo Burger. Or they hear that people go to Diablo Burger. But you're wasting your money. And if, you know, my big beef with them is, one, they don't use, their choice of bun is an English muffin. I'm not about that.
A Diablo burger?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's yeah. If it has English in the word, it shouldn't be a hamburger. That's,
Right.
Yeah.
And then two, the patty is too thick. Maybe that's a funny complaint, but we're talking like a hockey puck. A hockey puck of meat.
Patty.
It's got to be thin, and you got to cook it hard and fast.
Right.
So you guys aren't big fans of the lettuce wrap burgers, then, right? You need the bun and the beef ratio to be somewhat balanced.
Well, if you're talking like a protein style burger from In-N-Out, I could get down with that. That's all right.
Nice. All right.
Anyway.
Yeah, thank you for that plug, Mama Burger. And how far in front of that guitar are you guys? Is it an average size guitar?
That's a ukulele, Jeff.
Oh, I've never
We're
seen
not actually very large. We're huge.
Yeah, it's massive back there. But moving on. I think I should enjoy a beer too.
Sure.
While you guys are doing it, let's crack one of these open and get real casual here.
Nice.
You guys are welcome to use your vape pens too.
I was thinking about busting out a Juul and just filling the room with a cloud before you let us on. So it was like we were swimming through smoke.
Perfect. So mysterious.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, thanks again for creating our visuals for the meet last weekend too. I know everybody enjoyed those.
Yeah, they were fun.
Yeah, those came out really well. But I wanted to ask you both. So how are you dealing with the praise coming off of this film that you guys made? Because everybody is all over you. I mean, they love the movie. They love what you did. Is it going straight to your heads?
Jeff, it's been hard because we've really only got positive feedback. And for me to think that obviously there's someone out there or a group of people do not like this film for some reason or another. And I need to hear that to know I need it to be authenticated, right? Because it wasn't a great experience for everyone, I'm sure. And that's okay. But we've only heard the good. And frankly, I don't believe it. So I'd love a little bit of negativity because then it would make my experience more real.
Well, let's see. I don't know if I can give you that, but I can definitely relate to what you guys are going through.
Right.
Everybody loves exactly what we're doing, and specifically me, they love it very much.
Yep.
I don't understand the whole go through adversity thing to get to the top. Like you need to take your hits and fail a little bit, because that's never happened to me. So hey, if there aren't any critics, then whatever, right?
We're really hoping for at least a let's run thread.
Man.
Who are these clowns?
Yeah, well, you don't want that from what I've heard. Those guys can be vicious on there, huh? Actually, I've never gone on.
Yeah, I post. No, I don't post.
Okay. But let's get to the film here. Enough of this small talk, all right?
All right. Cut to the chase.
So the opening scene here, I've watched this movie. You guys sent me a link, and then I watched it a bunch of times, and then it went dead, and I asked for another link, and then I watched it times too. And I don't know if I still have it available, but I'm going to check after this. But yeah, the opening scene of this, it opens with deep guitar riffs at the Olympic trials, and Ben Rosario's got a hood on, and he's got sunglasses, and he's on the phone, and he's yelling at somebody, and it looks like he's involved in a heist. The feeling of there's a heist, there's something being stolen, like their getaway cars or something.
He's the mastermind.
Is that the kind of feel that you guys were going for there?
That's I suppose if we're talking about someone masterminding a heist, there's a certain element of suspense that's involved in that. Will they, won't they? Will they, will the Mini Cooper full of golden bricks make it onto this boat that's being sailed back to Italy? I don't know, right? But there's a certain amount of suspense. And I think that's what we were going for. That is a scene that, in terms of like actually making the movie, that we did right. I think that's a learning curve. A bit of the learning curve that we had was that you think a documentary is just we're telling the story, but there is an element of actually writing what happens and writing certain scenes. And so, I don't know. That came to me in a fever dream. And the folks that we worked with in post-production to edit it really made it come to life. And I think that's really one scene after they put together that really didn't get touched too much. I think it was. I think it's a perfect way to introduce the movie. So yes, that's what we were going for.
Nice. Well, mission accomplished. Got me fired up right off the bat.
Right.
As it should. The things that I would do for Ben.
My God, I would pull a heist with no plan for Ben.
Yeah. Well, hopefully that never happens. You have a well-planned heist if you're going to have a heist.
That's true.
Let's see. The rest of the movie, like there were a lot of great parts in it. The style of the film, I thought it was really gritty, and there's a lot of good parts or pieces of Americana, and I think it works out well in how it was filmed. Sorry, I'm getting a photo taken of me right now, but I'm not.
That's gonna look great.
I mean, there's paparazzi here
outside the garage.
Yeah, They found out where we are, and they're just crowding the place. Everybody's masked up, though.
Thank God.
Yeah, but back to the style of this film.
Right.
It's gritty, and I'm thinking of Camp Verde. Like that's an interesting place. This isn't the Spanish Riviera. I know, like a lot of cycling training videos. There's this like rolling, beautiful countryside next to the water and coffee shops and all that stuff. But this is like chain link fences and beat up old trucks and stuff like that. Did you guys focus on factoring that into the film when you were thinking about it, or were you thinking about that raw feeling?
I think a lot of we definitely with everything we shot, I think we did try to get some location feelings because we did want to set a sense of place. And the interesting thing about Flagstaff is it's surrounded by all these really unique areas. You have Sedona, and then they go down to Camp Verde quite frequently. And yeah, Camp Verde, it's a rural farming community pretty much, right? Especially this loop that they run. It's this 3-mile loop. And your dogs. There's dogs, there's horses, there's this goat with giant gonads that's always it's a very interesting place. And I don't know if we ever consciously were like capture this Americana sort of feel, but it definitely comes through just because that's how it is.
Yeah, I think we wanted to make a lot of the places, at least Flagstaff, we wanted to make as much a character of the movie as the runners. So there was a lot of time spent on making sure that we portrayed Flagstaff in an accurate light and talked about the community and showed the community that NAZ participates in the running culture out there. And I think maybe if anything that probably bled into what we were doing at Camp Verde. A lot of the times when we were there, it was very early in the morning, very cold. We were hanging out the side of our car trying to get the shots. And, again, this was also just a very large undertaking, something that we didn't really have a lot of experience with. So I'm sure there was a lot we overlooked in an attempt to just get the shot.
Yeah, was the goat something that you specifically planted in there, or was that just available to you because of the area?
That's a Craigslist goat.
Yeah, he's a goat for hire.
Good. So we could find him out there.
Sure.
Yeah, that's right.
Nice. Well, beautiful. Yeah, maybe we'll use the goat for our purposes here.
Put a poncho on him. You're not to the sound running. He can mow your lawn.
Beautiful.
Get the lines on the football field. I don't know. I'm sorry.
He's talking.
Yeah, come on, Ryan. Let me talk.
Right.
You gotta let Steven talk a little bit too.
Sorry, sir.
It's okay. I want to know who your guys, who are the film influences? Like, who are the director influences that you have? Maybe some actors that you wish Scott Fauble was more like. Yeah, who are you channeling going into this, or who did you want to kind of replicate, if that makes sense? I know you're your own people, but
Totally. I mean, I definitely think we did kind of want to do it our own way a bit, but I think we did take a lot of inspiration from a series of films that like Rafa, the cycling company, has made.
yes.
Yeah, the way they shoot, it's not always a perfect shot, right? Things get in the way, maybe it's a lot of focus. But that's kind of the way that we've, for better, for worse, have positioned ourselves in the running media world. Like, we were on a phone call the other day, and basically we were told, like, if we were going to do the shoot, it needs to be a little bit brighter, a little bit happier, because the way we shoot can be a bit gritty, right? And I think that definitely bleeds over into the way we film and decide to line up shots. So yeah, I think there was a lot of inspiration from some cycling documentaries we had seen.
Yeah, that EF Gone Racing series. I watched that quite a bit.
It's awesome, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and actually the company that we worked with in post-production, I don't know if you've seen Outskirts.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were the ones that edited that entire film as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice. Good company.
Not bad.
The Portland company. They're local.
Yeah, they're local. They're on
Lucky Day. Shout out.
Yeah, Gleason, I think.
So close.
Hi, Zach and Chris. What's up?
What's up, guys? Maybe we'll see them at a local restaurant.
Like Pog.
They're outside pounding down the door.
Oh God. Hey, Steve, what were your old haunts here when you were at UP?
Yeah, so North Portland. So a lot of St. John's places, but loved jam for breakfast. Jam on Hawthorne.
Oh yeah.
Favorite bar was Dig-A-Pony before it got fratty. And then CC Slaughter's was a fun place to go hang out at.
Oh, I've never been there.
It's a gay bar. It's pretty chill.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, a lot of great dancing. Good place to go.
Nice.
Yeah,
I'll have to make my way over there
might have to.
when things open up again.
Right.
So this film, guys, what did you want audiences to feel and see when they watch this thing? Like, what was let's start at the beginning here. How did this thing come about? Who came to you? Did you go to them? Did Ben Rosario say, hey, I want to make a movie here, and you guys are the men to do it?
Well, we were talking to Ben the other day, and we've done a few interviews since the movie came out. And in every interview, the interview, that's a question that we've been asked, and our answer has been, we think it's Ben's idea. And then we were talking to Ben, or I heard something that Ben said the other day, and he said that he thought that it was our idea. So if I'm being completely honest, I have no idea who had the initial, idea to do something like this. But I do know it's something that we pitched, and we got the right signatures on the correct forms. August of 2019 it is kind of when we were like, oh wow, okay, we're gonna do this. And then kind of like October, everybody's last race was when we started to film. So we were in Chicago for Scott Smith and Steph Bruce, where Scott, I think, ran 2:11. Steph ran 2:27. Two really good races for them. And then we were in New York for Alfie and Kellen's final races before the trials, which was what Kellen ran like 2:26.
Yeah, Kellen ran very fast on the day. Alfie was just coming back to getting healthy, but she ran a pretty good race for where her fitness was at. And and then we just got going with it, Jeff. All gas, no brakes for 6 months.
And was everybody excited about the idea? Like when they first heard about it, or were they like, yeah?
I think so. Like the main person we cared about being excited was Ben, and Ben was really excited. And I think the way, where he goes, the team will follow. I think the team was excited. It's sometimes hard to get a little bit of pulse on, six people. I remember we had a meeting one time. We were like, hey, we just told them what we were going to be doing. And you'd expect some sort of like, woo, or I don't know. And it was just kind of like, all right,
cool.
Yeah.
We're going to go for our run now.
Yeah. I was like, all right, cool.
And we thought, I remember that meeting specifically because we met at Ben's house the morning before they were going to go for a run. So all the marathoners showed up. And I feel, it's something, Steve and I were living together at the time, and I'm sure it's something that I remember we talked about a lot. Like, this is where we're really going to kind of set the tone for what we're going to ask of them. We knew that it was going to be a big investment on their part as well. Just like they're going to have to buy in. If it's going to be good, our efforts are going to take it, this far, and what's going to put it over the edge is them wanting to participate in it. And yeah, it was fairly anticlimactic.
Was there anything that Ben was like, this is off limits? You guys can't shoot this?
No, it was awesome. Yeah. But that being said, I think we created our own limits because as first-time filmmakers and being around people that we enjoy the ability to call friends, I don't think we were willing to do, not that there was literally, we could have done probably anything to an extent, but like, we weren't looking to step on any toes or anything, but everything was pretty much on the table for us.
And who was the most difficult person to work with here?
Difficult.
They were all
difficult
great.
How?
Just gave you a hard time. Like you couldn't get them in the right place. They weren't doing the things that you wanted them to do.
Okay.
I'll say it was Scott.
I'm hesitant to say, but it's Kellen. It was Kellen.
It was
yeah, and that's
that was on us.
That was on us because and anybody and you talked to Scott Fauble about Kellen, and she's intimidating. She's got a presence. She takes what I think the way that she views running and the way that she viewed her time at practice was very much like, this is a job, and when I'm here, I'm on the clock. And when I'm not, like, that's, this is my time. And so it was difficult for us to feel, I think it felt like a lot of the times we were bothering her. And the longer that we were out there doing this with them, I think the more comfortable we got feeling like we were bothering her. And I know that every time that we left interviewing her, Steve and I would get back in the car and be like, I think we got through to Kellen today. I think we're on good terms. I think she enjoyed her time with us.
That was the thing, though. There's always like a fair amount of hand wringing.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the day, it's like,
she's so nice.
Kellen is an incredibly nice person. We have some character flaws that, that hadn't been broached yet. And it's hard for us to connect with people.
Hey, yeah, we're all working through it.
I know.
God, Kellen's the kind of person I feel like that. I've never talked to her, but I could feel her presence even commentating the race that she was in. And I think that like, she's the kind of person that could just destroy you with a look too.
Oh, it's devastating, Jeff.
Yeah.
Guys. Yeah. I can't believe, you did a great job. I think you did get through to her, and she came through very well in the movie.
And Kellen, if you're listening to this, we enjoyed our time with you tremendously.
And we can't wait to work with you in the future.
She's outside right now waiting for you guys, I think.
Just a tap on the window.
Yeah, look behind you. So this, I think part of this movie, well, that I'm interested too, or in the creative process, is this idea, which I got from Stephen King, I guess, and it's kill your darlings. So going into this, I'm sure you had different ideas that you were interested in putting into the movie that you really loved, or even going into the editing process, you had pieces and you're like, oh, this is going to be a great part of the movie. We're going to love this. Is there anything that was left on the cutting room floor that you were really excited about that didn't make it into the movie?
Yeah, I'd say there's a lot.
We do. We have days worth of footage, and the movie's an hour long.
Yeah.
So I'm sure I'm sure it's different for both of us. I don't know. I don't think I've ever asked you like what part you wish was in the movie.
I mean, the thing that's hard is like, I think it's a very digestible length. It's an hour. It really, it's got its hits, and I feel like it just doesn't really drag, which is nice. But we have so many like kind of character portraits that we spend time with all these people on an individual level. And I think had it been longer, we could have maybe built out their character a bit more. Like I think about when we were in Orlando, I went with Scott Smith to a Goodwill where he got a party shirt, he called it, for after Atlanta. And, it's like he found, the shirt was hilarious that he found, but, that clearly didn't make it in because we're not going to show Scott Smith getting a party shirt and not show, I don't know, the time we were with Steph Bruce and her nutritionist. It just, you kind of got to cut it down a little bit. And I think what makes these people human and relatable, I think, is still in the film to an extent, but there was a lot of that didn't make it.
Well, guys, what's on the party shirt? Now everybody wants to know. I want to know.
I think it just said, "This is my party shirt."
Yeah, I think it said, "This is my party shirt."
It's a great shirt.
Yeah, it was fun.
I would say that there are a lot of moments with Scott Smith in particular that should get it like this in its own sequel, A Time and a Place Scott Smith edition.
He has some good interviews.
Yeah, the one that he talks about is that he grew a pretty good beard throughout the buildup, and then he shaved it 3 days before the race. And I was in the bathroom with him as he shaved his beard into a handlebar mustache. And he says that that's when he transformed into like build up Scott into race day Scott. And somehow, it was a crime to the movie to show that transition to him being race day ready.
Wow. Yeah, that's like a caterpillar becomes a butterfly right there.
Yeah, exactly.
And Scott Smith too, making the Little Caesars shirt famous in the movie.
He had a lot of good shirts. He had the Alex Caruso shirt,
that didn't make it in the movie.
That didn't make it in the movie. Yeah, we have these whole interviews that just, never made it in, unfortunately. I think another interesting thing that didn't make it in was just the fact that the two Scotts got incredibly sick a couple weeks before the trials. And we were pretty sure that was going to be a big plot point, right? Because not that they need an excuse for not making the team, but like, if you're going to give some context to maybe how they felt on the day, that was an opportunity. But, that's something. Yeah, but we went into their house and, there's just tissues everywhere, Purell all over the place. This could have been the start of the coronavirus.
Could you imagine doing that now, going into the home of someone that's ill?
Not without a mask.
God,
no.
Wow. That's a scary thought. But yeah. I feel like there was a part in that movie that hinted to that sickness, and that was where Bobble had that giant booger like hanging on his nose, and you were talking to him and he just couldn't get rid of it.
I know. But then he got it at the end.
Did he?
He blows a snot rocket and you see it fly.
Oh, okay. Because I left that scene thinking like, oh man, like I was a little disappointed that he couldn't get it and
right.
that it was just left there. But I'm glad.
No, he gets it, Jeff.
Yeah. All right. Well, beautiful guys. And now that 1,000 people have watched this, about 1,000 people,
yeah.
I don't know, maybe more, because of over 3 screenings. What's next? Like when is everybody else going to be able to see this thing? Do you know yet?
That's something that we are actively trying to figure out. Part of the reason, if you want to look behind the curtain, part of the reason that we've only done 3 screenings is because we don't want to devalue the movie. I think everything that we've read and all the conversations that we've had, if it were available on a widespread basis, that would diminish its chances of, one, probably getting picked up by a film festival. I think film festivals are interested in films that they can premiere. And yeah, so we wanted to show people because we're just a little impatient and very excited about it. And so now that we've got these screenings behind us, I think the focus now is going to be more on long-term what the movie is going to do. But I think ultimately the goal would be, pie in the sky, get us on Netflix.
Well, it's gotten rave reviews and there's a lot of buzz around it now. So I feel like very soon it's going to get picked up by a giant, very rich overseas investor. Maybe you'll be on a yacht in Cannes pretty soon. So I'm very excited for you about that.
That'd be great. We'd love that.
I would love that. I want to see those photos.
Right.
There. Yeah. And all right, well, we'll let you go pretty soon because it looks like your beer is near the finish. But something that I learned that you guys are into.
Oh, Rob.
What do you think you could run for a 400 meter right now?
Like in our current get-ups?
Yeah, let's do get-ups and then just straight fitness. Throw it out there. This is, from what I hear, this is a Rabbitwolf thing too. Like,
right. You got to be fit to be in our company.
That's right. We are the fittest media production company in the world. I'll say that.
And you value speed a lot, right?
We do value raw speed.
Raw speed. Sorry.
Ryan and I both in high school. My 400 meter PR was
faster than
51.2.
Yeah, I ran like 52 high.
But come on, that's not bad.
No, it's not bad, but we're not in high school anymore.
Right now, in this jean jacket, these pants,
it's a little icy out.
It is, well, let's say the perfect conditions.
Okay.
All right.
Conditions.
I'm running in this outfit right now. I'm running 64.3.
See, I was going to say 65.
Oh, so you're losing this one, Ryan.
I'm going to lose.
Really?
Well, Steve's got a story for you, but the last time that he and I raced.
This was not under fair circumstances, but we were on a shoot. This was like literally 2 weeks after Western States.
Oh, okay.
My body, I could barely walk, let alone run. But for some reason, Ryan and I thought it was a good idea to race we did a 100-meter race. And I mean, literally, we start, I pick my head up, and Ryan has 5 meters on me, and it wasn't even close.
That's when you knew that you had to be partners there.
That's right.
I think right now, current fitness, I'd be curious what you could do.
I think I can run 60. I think I can run 59.60.
I think right now I'd probably run 59 seconds.
The most top of the line speed suit on the market right now. What do you think?
You give me a pair of those super spikes that everybody's been whining about.
The juice box.
I guess that I'm running my high school PR.
Oh, you're running 52. All right.
Yeah.
52 in the speed suit and the super shoes.
That's right.
I will say that this summer I was in pretty good shape just in terms of like track for my age, I think track speed. And there is just absolutely no way in hell that I will ever run faster than like 57 seconds. I think I was probably in 57 second 400 shape, but I was in 57 second 400 shape, but probably like 159 800 shape. And there's just like the workouts that I would have to do to get to that point, like to get up to top speed took me 100 meters. Like if I was doing quarters, I would take me all the way around the first curve to get up to where I need to be.
Nice. Well, 159 is a mark. Like that's you could enter some invitationals with that.
You get me out to Stumptown. You get me into you get like a C heat. You get some 8th grade boys out to the track, and I'll throw down with them.
Oh, you're not ready for the big show, Sterner. You're not ready for that. Gotta have some build-up races for that.
All right, you email me the credentials that I'm gonna need to hit before, I don't know, May 1st, and Steven and I will get to work.
All right. Well, cool. Well, guys, this was a very pleasant evening that we've had with you tonight, and I appreciate you coming on very much. This means a lot to the show, and you're gentlemen, both of you.
Jeff, thanks for having us. We've had a nice time. I can't wait for my parents to watch this. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, this was a ton of fun. We've been watching, like Steven said, we've been watching for a while. It's nice to be on the other
It's
side.
the hidden gem of the internet, as I always say.
God, it's a beautiful thing you guys are doing here.
Guys, could you write that in the comment section below?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll sound off in the comments.
We'll also drop in that in contact information for the goat.
Yeah, please do. Yeah, we want that goat to get more gigs.
Yeah, he needs them.
Yeah, he's got talent.
He's got talent. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you very much, guys, and we hope everybody gets to see A Time and a Place as soon as possible, because it is one of the best running movies that I think I've ever seen. So, and that's the truth too. I often lie on this show, but that is not. But yeah, thank you for joining us.
That's why you're the best at what you do, Jeff.
That's right. I just say what the people want to hear. Well, thanks a lot, guys. And that's our show. Join us next time when we learn how to cast and mold a shot put here on Tracklandia. Good night, everybody. Get out of here.
Get home safe.
Get home safe.